Hello and welcome to the Texas de Peru Secret Sauce Podcast. Texas de Peru, for those of you who don't know, we are all about sending teams of surgeons to Peru to help the underserved get surgical care that they otherwise wouldn't get. And in addition to that, we also help pre-med students help them get into college by helping them get additional job shadowing hours. The Secret Sauce is largely about talking about things that we've learned in life lessons and whatnot, basically things that help motivate us and guide us along the way, tentpole things and whatnot. But I got a very special guest today. This guest is Alexis Jones, and Alexis Jones was one of our first pre-med students to come through with us down as a volunteer. I don't want to say how many years ago, but recently graduated, and now I'll let Alexis, I'll let you tell a story. Alexis, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. So I went down to Peru a number of years ago with the crew, and it was an awesome experience. But I just graduated from University of Miami Medical School a couple years ago. I did a joint MD Masters in Public Health integrated program there,
and
then which was awesome. And then when I graduated, I applied to general surgery residency, and I matched at Yale. I'm now a second-year general surgery resident here in New Haven, Connecticut, and it's been awesome so far.
Oh, that's so good to hear. I'm so proud of you. You're accomplishing a lot. You were always going to be successful. I'm just so glad that somebody I know is doing so well. And
Thank you.
I'm thrilled for you. So I'm trying to remember back on the team that you were in. You got to observe a fair number of surgeries when you were down there. Was that the first time you'd ever seen surgery from the inside?
I'm trying to think. I think one thing that I definitely, in hindsight being 2020, although things have worked out okay, one thing that I probably could have done better when I was in undergrad thinking about going to medical school was doing shadowing hours. And so I don't really know how much I'd been in the operating room prior to going down to Peru. But that was really, I think it's a little bit different. I think when you go down there, I think you get a lot more experience in a sense of you actually are much more like needed than, up here where you're shadowing and you're kind of oftentimes feel like you're in the way. And there was just a lot of opportunity to be involved and actually feel like you were progressing patient care. And so I think that was definitely like a very formative experience in that sense. I think, and I think I've come to find, and I see this in myself also, that physicians love to help pre-med students or people who are like interested in and showing interest, and kind of interest begets interest. And so I think that was like really helpful. People wanted me to be in the operating room and to see stuff and to teach me stuff, and I wanted to learn. And I think that holds true even now as a surgical resident. The more you want to learn, the more people want to teach, and it's kind of just a snowball effect. So I think that was like a really good opportunity for me, for a number of reasons, but really also just a lot of good like time to be like, is this something I like actually want to do? And even just medicine in general, not even just like surgery. I think it's an important thing to kind of see, like, is this something you want to do?
I was kind of pleasantly surprised. I get kind of mission focused on the patients and how many patients we can see and how many surgeries we can do, and can we get more done? Can we help more people? But it's a two-way street. I mean, we're kind of helping ourselves as well, but also to be able to help students become, physicians as well. I was really pleasantly surprised to hear Ted Crum say this, that he thinks that we make better doctors as a result of what we're doing down there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is so true. I think, I do think sometimes you can kind of lose sight of things, and sometimes a change of scenery helps you kind of just remember and get back in touch with why are we doing this and what is the importance of that. And I think, I think you can find that in any scenario, but I do think a change of scenery and kind of just like refocusing on like, okay, this is why we're here and this is what we're doing is like really helpful. And I think it helps, people always talk about physician burnout and things like that. Like this kind of stuff like really helps us get back in touch with kind of like okay, what is our like why are we doing this, and like what matters, and thinking like patient focused and patient centered, and this isn't for the RVUs, this isn't for the fame, the glory, like this is to just like make a difference in people's lives, and I think that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, we're trying to do a little bit of analysis of attitudes pre and post the mission teams of the physicians and the nurses, the clinical team members. Are we moving the needle a little bit on burnout? Are we providing that reminder of why they're practicing medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Are we just giving them that breath of fresh air for a little bit?